Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Monday morning's live dog walk, dog stroll, whichever you want to call it. I think this is the most depressing one of the week, isn't it, really? Well, it depends if you work or you've got to do something, I suppose, isn't it? But a normal Monday to Friday job, if such a thing exists, I think this is the most depressing one of the week by far. I was thinking that as I came out the door this morning. Oh, Mondays are depressing. Okay, so, weather this morning. A little bit chilly, a little bit misty. Not a lot of wind to write home about. No rain. So that is a positive. I think this week's supposed to be mainly dry. The latter part of it, I think we're supposed to get a little bit of rain from what I was saying, but the weather forecast changes so much sort of during the week. It's sort of, I've been looking at Mallorca, you know, for when we're there, and the weather is beginning to settle down a little bit, if you believe in the long range. It's looking okay, but I believe it when I see it. I believe it once we get nearer to the time and what have you. So yeah, so how was everyone's weekend? What did you get up to? It was go on, lead on. It was a fairly uneventful weekend. That much I will say. Come on, Azra, lead on. James didn't have football Saturday. So it felt very strange. Of course, we are coming towards the end. I say coming towards the end of the season. We've still got a few months to go, but there's only 5 games left, so there's not a game every Saturday between now and middle of May. Obviously, we've got Easter smack bang in there as well. Come on, Azra, lead on. So from that point of view, yeah, and of course we're away as well for one of those Saturdays. But there's no game that Saturday because that is the Easter weekend. We come back actually. Anyway, so yeah, didn't really do much Saturday. Yesterday we went to the cafe and we finally was able to find a corner sofa set for the back garden. And I've been wanting one for ages. Go on, Azra. But because the patio is quite small, you've obviously got to get something that's going to fit the size of the patio area you've got. Pardon me. And finally managed to find it. Go on, Azra. I had found another one. It was quite a cheap one, and it didn't look great, guys. But I was getting a little bit exhausted by the options I had. Come on, Azra. Car coming the other way, so I've just got to tighten her up. Lead on, good girl. So we went to a garden centre that Mum had recommended, and go on, Azra, lead on. Managed to find one, again, a lot of money, 1,200 quid in the end, but it's a nice one, and fingers crossed we do actually get some half decent weather in this country for the summer. I'll be out there every morning, even once finished with her. If we've got nice weather, I'll be out there having my breakfast. I can be on my iPad, YouTube, editing, all that sort of stuff, whatever I need to do. I don't need to be in the living room. So I can't wait. I genuinely can't wait. Just hope it's not too big. Measurements, we've done the measurements. Go on, Azra. We've done the measurements. It looks good. So from that point of view, I think we'll be fine. But until it's physically there, you just got no idea, have you, really? So wait and see. So that was yesterday. Spent far too much money. And then once we were home, I did do quite a lot of tidying up, actually, yesterday. Julia, I took James to golf. I forgot that. Took James to play 9 holes. That was all right. James' first time with his new golf clubs. He did all right. Did very well. Go on, Azra, lead on. Come on, Azra. And then we came home, did some clearing up in the garden in preparation for the new furniture to arrive. And what I would say, guys, again, if you're a regular viewer, you'll know, I've been suffering very badly with my leg. And as soon as I started lifting heavy things, I felt it straight away, instantly. So it just goes to show, whilst it's fit enough to do all what we do together, it still is nowhere near 100%, and that's the first time I've put it under load since I got signed off by the physio. And yeah, it was a little bit of a wake-up call, actually, because I thought I was on the home straight with that, from that point of view. And it's still miraculous improvement, so let's not kid ourselves. But it did hurt. And then, to top it off, my supposed good leg from since October, the right leg, which was actually the bad leg prior to the injury, that started playing up the knee. Did do a long walk yesterday morning. If you were with me for the short, if you were with me for the live strikes today, we were out for about an hour, and we did do a lot of walking, uphill, downhill, mud, and it was, I think it was just a bit too far, really, if I'm honest. I'm sure he's catching us up, guys. She's doing a lot of sniffing this morning. Here she is. I've no doubt, guys, since at some stage, sooner rather than later, she's going to be going to the loo, because she hasn't been yet. And this is getting quite late into the stroll for her. Who knows? Certainly not yet. Again, quite a quiet morning for viewers. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It actually doesn't matter to me during the week, really. This is just all added bonus time I'm doing. People want to watch in the mornings, I know it's early, they can. Some people are up, some people watch them all over the world, and I will say it. Prayers and love go out to all my Middle East viewers. Obviously, what are we today? Is it day 9, day 10 of what's been going on out in the Middle East? We have a lot of views from all over the world. So, yeah, thoughts with you at the time. So we are doing the long walk this morning, even though I suffered a little bit yesterday with my knee after that long walk. We are going to do the long one again this morning. Got to get back on it. And no snacks after work at all this week. Gonna get back to our diet. I haven't weighed myself this morning. I may. We'll see. It wasn't too heavy a weekend, guys, actually. Go on, Azra, lead on. To be fair, we're getting up very early for the Grand Prix, which I'll probably come on to in a minute. I seem to be dozing off and drifting and having naps all weekend on the sofa. So Julie said every time she came in, she said you were dozing. I got up at 1 o'clock on Friday, 1 o'clock on Saturday, and 3 o'clock yesterday to watch the Grand Prix. And it wasn't a bad race, actually. You know, if you took it at sort of face value, I'm a McLaren fan, as I've said before, so it's not about the result, because clearly McLaren have got a long way to go. But if you just take it at racing value, it was not a bad race. Right, Azra's going to the loo. Right in the middle of the road, guys. If you took it at face value, the race, there's quite a few overtakes and what have you, but it's the not understanding at the minute, I think, with this boost and overtake. And I've been watching Formula 1 since 1993, so I'm showing my age there, guys. Come on the path. And I was 13 in 1993, so I was old enough to understand it and everything else. Went through the terrible times in 94 with the deaths of 2 drivers at the same Grand Prix, all that stuff. And what I'm trying to say is, guys, as a purist, I don't think there's anything pure about yesterday's race, and that's the point I was trying to make. Anyway, we'll wait and see. I think you've got to give it a bit more than just one race. Go on, Azra, lead on, before you make a decision as to whether the sport is in trouble or not. There's been a lot of criticism though online, a lot of criticism. Go on. I'm not one of those people that sort of goes on and barks about it, especially after one race. It's the nonsense. You've got to let it settle down a little bit. But we'll see. Carry on watching anyway. Another early start next weekend. I'm not sure there's going to be a live stroll on Sunday at this point somehow, because of the timings, and then obviously other stuff we do on a Sunday. I don't think there'll be time. We'll have to wait and see. Yesterday's race was over in an hour and a half. It's quite a quick race. But it did start at 4. I think the race, it's either 5 or 6 I saw. Can't remember. I'll talk to you about that sort of later in the week anyway. So, right. So we've made the turn and then heading back down towards the high street we've got lovely bird song. Come on, Azra, quickly. Don't know quite where he's going. Reversing backwards down the road. I fear he's going to become a problem soon. Go on, Azra, lead on. Lead on. I enjoy listening to the bird song, guys, especially when we've got low count this morning for viewers, which always happens during the week. It never worries me, as I've said many times before, because what speeds up and helps the stroll is you guys participating. Got some comments coming in. Morning. Is that Paul? I'm struggling. I'm back from yesterday. Remember me? I remember most people, to be fair. I'm sure you were saying nice things. I'm sure you were. Yeah, of course I remember. Yeah, thank you for liking. It does mean a lot. And as I said yesterday, it is people like yourself that help the chat get out there a bit further and the channel grow. So it all does mean a lot, and I don't say that in jest, because I was watching a live stream last night from someone that I follow, and 112,000 subscribers. They're never going to struggle with viewers or whatever, but these small channels, like myself, you only become bigger by the support of others. And that's what I'm saying about replying to every comment, acknowledging people as much as you can. It's not always possible when you've got that on the chest mount. There is no other person here, so hopefully you're not seeing dead people. It is just me and Azra. You might be seeing a shadow. Obviously I've got 4 lights on. Go on, Azra, lead on. In a minute we're going to be at the high road, which takes us back. Come on, Azra, leave it, it's just a cat. Back along into the centre of the village and round. Now at the bottom of this road is where we came out when we were doing the stroll yesterday, and I'll point it out when we get there, but this is why I said regular viewers will recognise where we are when we came out the wooded area yesterday. And obviously I think people, if they've been with me before doing these, you'll recognise where we are. In regards to that last question, where we're going to stay, this is just our normal, or one of our normal strolls during the week. If you were new yesterday, you were blessed with that daylight stroll, and obviously the length of it. We still do reasonably long walks during the week, but we have to stick to the residential areas because of the street lights. It is pitch black still. I have to come out at this time because of working commitments, so hence why I'm out as early as I am. So yeah, this is just a big circle, usually just over 2 miles this walk, and we've probably got another 20 minutes or so. Everything always looks different at night. It's not really night, it's the morning. Got one of the big buses just about to pull out, so I'm quite pleased about that we're going to be behind that. Hopefully he'll go. Come on, Azra. Take your time, take your time. And I showed you the bus compound at the top where these buses come out of. Oh, he's going the other way, okay. So that's him going off over there. And I'll just show you. If you remember, I said, I've got to avoid the daffodils. We came from over there where you can't really see, but it's dark over there in the wooded area. That's where we came from yesterday. Right, come on, Azra. Lead on. Good girl. So now, as I say, we're back to, if you were with me yesterday, the route we were on. And what's it to this point? Just over a mile. So yesterday, at this precise point, we'd done 2 miles. So a mile more at this point yesterday. Go on, Azra, lead on. I want to tell you, Azra slept most of the day yesterday after that stroll. She was pretty knackered. Oh dear, those were the days. Enjoy school. I know you might not think it right now. Enjoy it. Best days of your lives. I keep telling my son that. You won't get these days back. And once you've left school and you're out in that big wide world and you have to start working and everything else, you'll look back on these days and think, yeah, he was right. And always do as well as you can. That's my deeper meaning for the day. Go on. Azra is a rescue dog. She's a cross between a Labrador and a Beagle. So she's Labrador colour. Sorry, a Labrador size, Beagle colour. And she's got the temperament and personality of both. Very, very friendly, lovable personality, temperament. As I say, she was found in a box at the side of a road, which is why she has a disdain of anything motorised, electric or other, because she always remembers those days. It's just like a human, you have to have those bad memories, I guess. What dog have you got? What breed have you got? Frenchie, okay. So again, if you've been with me before, you'll know we're sort of heading into the village centre. We'll be there probably in about 5 minutes. Excuse my voice, guys. I think I am getting a little bit of a cough coming on. Sore throat. James and Julia have had it, so it won't surprise me if I get it. Yeah, I know, I've heard of a Frenchie breed before. When you go out and you do a lot of walking like I do, not so much at this time of the morning because you don't see loads, but you see many different dogs. And Azra actually was going to a dog cafe, and it basically was in a pub garden, I should say, and there were loads of other dogs. I say loads of other dogs, about 10 to 15 dogs, including her, and they were all different breeds there. So you sort of get to know some of the breeds, And people don't always get sort of the most common breeds. Sometimes people do go for more exotic breeds, shall we say. Anyway, she loved that dog cafe, and it's only because the pub shut and it all stopped. Although we couldn't go as much as we used to, because Julia was only working part-time after James was born. And that's going back years and years, because he's 15 at the end of this month. And she only started working full-time again in the last couple of years. And then I wasn't working at the beginning of last year, and I was bringing her every Tuesday, and she loved it. And I missed it. It's quite a nice social thing as well. Actually, you meet people as well. And as you might have understood, I do enjoy talking to people. It's only when Azra sees a dog in this environment that she's a little bit more lively, lively. But she comes across as quite overzealous at times. I'm a bit too old for Fortnite, to be fair. My son plays it. My video games now are Formula 1, a bit of FIFA, and a bit of golf. They're sort of the third place. I'm more of a sporting person. I'm looking forward to when the new Grand Theft Auto comes out. Obviously is that this year or next year now? I can't remember, they keep putting it back. But I'm looking forward to that when it does come out. But yeah, I'm getting to that age now where I can play a video game for a bit and then something else happens, and you know, it's one of those days where at the weekend, and I remember when Julie and I were first together and we had a flat before James was even born. Once we get everything done that we wanted to get done at the weekend, I would literally sit down in front of the telly and I could be playing it for, you know, I'm pretty sure it wasn't hours. But a while. I've seen him playing it, so I know what it is. It's just I just don't have time to play loads of games. Bear in mind, I get home from work normally around 5:45. Have a shower, have dinner, spend time with the family. I would have zero time to play anything during the week. So the weekends is the time I really can sit down and play, and even that isn't that long. I reckon if you saw my PlayStation hours, if I played it for a couple of hours a week now, Monday to Sunday, that would probably be a push. And there are some weeks where I don't play at all. So we've got a new Formula 1 add-on coming out sometime for the new season. Not a new game this year, just a DLR, I think they call it, whatever the hell that means. Just an add-on, obviously. And as I say, Grand Theft Auto game, whenever that comes out. PlayStation 5, and I got mine the day it came. Well, I didn't get it quite the day it came out. PS4 I got the day it came out. I queued up at a shop called Game. Do they even exist now, Game? I think they do. So PS5, I actually had to wait for it to be delivered because it was just not enough. And I actually got an Xbox S, which is the one without the disc drive. Go on, Azra, lead on. Go on, lead on. But I got a PlayStation 5 soon after that, so James has actually got upstairs in his room the Xbox and PS5. Here we are in the UK, very on a map. If you looked at a map, we are 7 miles south of Cambridge, about 40 miles north of London. So a little village outside Cambridge we are. So we're now in the village centre. Nice old church over there, that's the spire of the church. Not much really to talk to you about, and if you're with me yesterday, I did point out a lot of it yesterday anyway. Right, let's carry on. Let that rather bright Tesla lead go. Right, come on, Azra, lead on. So from here, guys, probably about 10 minutes till we get home. Yeah, North Wales from here, I would probably say 4 hours, depending where you are. I went to the outlets at, you might be able to tell me. You will know. It is North Wales outlets there. Can't think what it's called. We stayed up in Liverpool and we went there on the way back. Massive outlets up there. Can't think what they're called. I'm not sure if you know, you'll tell me. But I think it took us about 4 hours to get home from there. Oh, I wish I could think what it was called. It's gone out of my brain. Obviously too far for us to come north for normally. We've got a few outlets around here which we're blessed with. My son plays football. He's never liked rugby, actually. He has played it obviously at school. A tour of London. So what was that? Seeing all the landmarks and all that sort of stuff? Or was there anything particular you went to? The museums or anything like that? Or was this a rugby tour? Maybe I've missed the point of the comment. I don't know, but let us know. And having this conversation has really sped up this stroll this morning. This is what I say to people. I love doing these strolls, but what makes them is having a chat with people. I love chatting to people. Yeah, he's football now. He's of an age now. He's going to be 15 at the end of March, where the football's becoming increasingly physical. But rugby is a different level, and to be honest with you, I hated rugby at school, and I'm quite happy that he didn't want to be doing it. He's although he's getting sort of more stronger now with his football, he plays at centre back, so it's quite a physical position to play. The physicality of rugby, no thanks. And I don't know, obviously your age, but as you get older, it will get more physical, so prepare yourself for that. So, again, if you've been with me before, you'll know we're getting towards the twilight of this live stroll, live dog walk. What have we been going now? 35 minutes? And I started pretty much as soon as I came out of the house, so we are speeding up slowly but surely, considering, as I said to you at the beginning, yeah, I mean, I've done my cruciate ligament playing football, so you can do it in either sport, but I would imagine the injuries, well, I wouldn't imagine, I know the injuries in rugby are far more severe and far more often. I mean, James has been very lucky, to be honest, apart from breaking the metatarsal. He hasn't really had any bad injuries. Yes, he's had some strains and stuff like that, but no real bad ones. The metatarsal one had him in a boot for 6 weeks, and it's horrible really because it's the beginning of the season. So he's out, and I was actually the manager at the time, and having to go to every game, taking your injured son, who's chomping at the bit to be playing, no fun. That's what you have to do. What have we got here? Come on, Azra. I'm trying to read these comments. Right, here we go. You're the goat. I don't know about that. Rugby boots, are they different to football boots? I don't really know. I know some football boots can hurt. I don't know in rugby whether the boots have more protection on top. I know football boots are quite soft on top, which is why we've actually got a player out at the minute with a broken metatarsal where he was trod on. Because there's zero protection on top of the boot. I think if I was still playing football, and I say this, and I wouldn't do it, I know I wouldn't do it, but maybe put a bit of foam or something in the top of the boot, maybe go a size bigger, because you can always put an extra sock on or two, and just give yourself a little bit of protection on the top. I do think football boot supplier manufacturers, they should design football boots with a bit more protection on top, because there is honestly zero protection. It's quite surreal, actually, and it hasn't got better over the years. I mean, obviously, David Beckham, I'm sure everyone... Metal studs, yeah, horrible. I don't know my PlayStation login. I'd have to get that to you. So if you're online tomorrow, I'll have a look. To be honest with you, I think it'd be very unlikely I would play because I just don't have the time, as I said to you. So whilst it's nice that you're offering, I generally don't think I would have any time to play it properly with everything else I do in life. So probably better not to be fair. But I'll give you my PS5 login, so if you do play any other games that I'm playing, always up for giving some of the game. I wish I could remember the name of those outlets as well, I just can't think what they are. It'll come to me when I get home, I know it will. FC26, yeah, I haven't got the new one because I was told it wasn't the best. I don't know whether that's right or not. I got the last one, FC25, and I wasn't that impressed, but I don't know whether that's because I'm just getting a bit older now. The last proper FIFA that came out, whatever that was, what's that, 2 years ago? I've got that. I still play that off and on, but of course that's getting, from the point of view of the players and stuff, it's getting on, so you have to sort of sort your team out and do all this club transfers and all that sort of stuff. don't have time, guys. I really don't. Yeah, the graphic, yeah, okay. I'll take that on board, the graphics are better, yeah, but graphics on everything, I think the gameplay of the last couple of, well, FC25 I thought was absolute rubbish. I don't know about FC26, but the last FIFA, I can still play that in phases. But again, not long enough. Right, come on, not long enough. Right, we're coming to the end now of this stroll, so it's been absolutely brilliant talking to you, young man. Thanks for making this walk a lot quicker than it has been, and hopefully we'll catch up tomorrow. And yeah, have a good day, whatever everybody's up to, and we'll reconvene tomorrow.